Test, 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 test.
First pitch to Proctor, hit to second, goes to short. Here's the pitch. He hits this one to short, over to second for the force out, and that ends the inning. But
home runs. He'll bat with an 0-2 count here with 2 outs. He'll have a play at the plate as Irvin is going to be tagged out at home.
He hits a grounder to second, double play ball. They throw it to second, and he hits this one a ton. Center field going back, and it is out of here. Chris Shaw with a 2-run home run here in the bottom of the first. Welcome to Wild Health Field here in Lexington, Kentucky. It is time for Genomes Baseball, everybody. Hello and welcome. We're going to be live here in just a few minutes with our first pitch as the Legends are on the road. The Genomes are here for a 6-game home stretch. They're welcoming the Gastonia Honey Hunters today for a 3-game stretch, and then they welcome in the High Point Rockers, and that could prove to be a very, very intense series because the Genomes and the Rockers are 2.5 games apart in that wild card race. So if the Genomes could pull something off here, maybe 2 out of 3 games, they can also be in great position to maybe secure the spot. We'll end with the Genomes and the Legends playing a 3-game series here. After that, well, who knows? It's anybody's guess. But the Genomes are in a pretty good spot here to maybe make the playoffs. Legends, not so much. But we will talk about all of that momentarily. We'll come back here with Genomes Baseball as they welcome Gastonia to town. Hello, Colin. Hello, Tyler. Eric Tyler, how you doing? And we'll come back. We'll talk baseball, and we'll give you the starting lineups for the Honey Hunters as well as the starting lineup for the Kentucky Wild Health Genomes. Also, Ashley Grigsby is going to be on the game tonight as the analyst, so make sure you give her your attention as she will break down the game as it happens with me tonight. This is Genomes Baseball from Lexington, Kentucky. We'll be right back, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Well,
here, I'll bring my own like sound absorbing headphones like this to wear.
So like you can tune them out.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. Huh?
Your mic is still okay.
No, it's her mic. Welcome back to Lexington, Kentucky's Wild Hill Field. It's 75 degrees here as we are just a few minutes away from first pitch, about 9 minutes off. And you can see some of the players warming up. And that shot you have there, that is the Honey Hunters warming up. And it looks like number 28 there. That is Zach Jarrett doing those side steps. There's number 1 there. That is Jack Reinheimer. Zach Jarrett is actually the son of Dale Jarrett, the NASCAR race car driver, and he is there. And I bet there was never a time he was ever late for school, Ashley. If your dad's a NASCAR driver, you got no excuse. You should be able to get there on time. But they are coming to town. Gastonia, North Carolina is in the building, folks. It is free hot dog night thanks to Friends of Cole. So if you can, grab the family and come on down, have some free hot dogs, enjoy some baseball, and enjoy this year with the Kentucky Wild Health Genomes, as they are just a few games away from making the playoffs. And there's a lot of talk, especially on some of the websites that covers the minor league baseball, about how they think that this team here with the Genomes is going to be that team to actually come out of this wild card race and make it. But boy, I tell you what, the High Point Rockers are playing incredible baseball right now. It's hard to even say they're not going to be in the mix, especially with a 2-game lead, and there's only 11 games left in the season. You'd be hard-pressed to find anybody who thinks they will not make the playoffs. But if you go to AtlanticLeague.com, again, AtlanticLeague, one word, .com, you can find out all the information we're talking about here when we talk about these playoffs and who's where and how the standings look right now. And as a matter of fact, as we talk about the standings, the Rockers at this very moment, when we look at that wild card race, they are 65-55, and then the Genomes are 62-57. So, quite honestly, it's going to be really tight going down through the second half of the season here as it winds to a close. And I'm pulling those standings up again. It looks like Lancaster, if they win their division, they are in second place in that wild card race, but they're 5 games up in their divisional race over Southern Maryland. So they are they are not in need of a playoff spot. If they win their division, they make the playoffs. So it comes down to it comes down to High Point and the Genomes. And they're separated by just 2 games, 2.5 to be honest. So if somehow the Genomes can gain that ground, they're in great shape. Gastonia is already in the playoffs. So whether they win or lose tonight is not a huge deal to them. They may want to win the first and the second half, as a season, but they've already won the first half. They're in the playoffs. So right now, these are all just tune-up games for the playoffs. So they have a little bit of wiggle room. The Genomes do not. This is a must-win. From here on out, every game is a must-win. And you see the home plate umpire there. Looks like that might be we got Darnell Ray, Marvin King, and Derek Whitfield coming in. That'll be the umpiring crew tonight. Let's talk about that starting lineup first. For the Honey Hunters, batting first, playing left field, is number 3, Reese Hampton. Batting second, the shortstop, number 1, Jack Reinheimer. Batting third, the second baseman, number 2, Joseph Rosa. Batting fourth, playing right field, number 28, Zach Jarrett. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 19, Luis Roman. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 12, Luis Castro. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 4, Jake Skoll. Batting eighth and catching, number 11, Alex Holderbach. Batting ninth, the DH, 29, Jalen Smith. And the 2 managers exchanging lineup cards there as Mark Matakazi standing there talking to his counterpart across the way here. On the bump tonight for the Honey Hunters, number 22, John Anderson, who, if you go to that Atlantic League website we were just talking about, he is on the front of the website. He was named one of the players of the month in the Atlantic League. They actually named 3 players. They named a starter, a reliever, and a daily position, a field position. And let me pull that up here and take a look again, because I think that's quite the honor. There's only a few of those named every month, and so looking at it here we go. And that wild card race is in there as well. John Anderson, 4 starts, actually 5 starts for the month of August, 4 wins, 30 innings pitched, 23 strikeouts, and his whip was .96, which is fantastic. Mitch Lamson, 4 starts, 2-1 record, .87 ERA, and 28 strikeouts in 31 innings, so that's almost 1 per inning. And then Andretti Cordero from the Lancaster Barnstormers batted .371, scored 23 runs, had 11 doubles, 25 RBIs. He was named the Offensive Player of the Month. I don't know how in the world they passed up on Courtney Hawkins. His numbers for the month of August were insane, but maybe I'm a little biased there. In either case, let's get to the starting lineup for the home team, the Kentucky Wild Health Genomes. Batting first, playing third base, number 9, Luke Becker. Batting second, the second baseman, number 10, Olmo Rosario. Batting third, playing right field, number 25, Jimmy Paredes. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 8, Chris Davis. Batting fifth, playing left field, number 34 is Chris Shaw. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 20, Moises Sierra. Batting seventh, playing center field, 00, Yuri Perez. Batting eighth and catching, number 13, Chase Velo. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 4, Gavin Johns. And on the bump for the Genomes, number 21, Ryan Kellogg. Ryan playing very good this season. He's got a 3-1 strikeout to walk ratio, which is stellar. It doesn't matter what league you're in. If you're throwing 3 strikeouts to every walk, you are at the top of the list. So there's a starting lineup for both teams here as you see the catcher there for the Genomes. Chase Velo comes out and gives hugs all the way around. He's in a good mood, hugging all the umpires. You never see that. That's like a dog licking the mailman's hand. Either way, we are ready to go, folks. We're going to have the national anthem, and then we are ready for baseball here in Lexington, Kentucky at Wild Health Field with the Wild Health Genomes. We'll take a quick break. We'll have the starting lineups announced over the PA here as Will Painter, our DJ, now tonight will be the public address announcer / on-field entertainer. He will do the starting lineups and call from downstairs, and then we'll have the game. Here we are, folks. Derek Whitfield will be behind home plate. Darnell Ray at first base. Marvin King at third base. There's Ryan Kellogg getting warmed up, and some of the Gastonia players making their way across the center field there towards the middle of the stash. And Ashley Grigsby has made her way up to the press box, and she will join us and be the analyst tonight. Ashley has been doing some stringer work for Major League Baseball as well as all the other duties she assumes here. And Ashley has joined the broadcast. Ashley, you ready to go tonight?
I'm ready to go. This is going to be a great matchup.
Absolutely. You know, you got one team in Gastonia that generally, you know, they have nothing to be concerned about because they're in the playoffs. And then you've got the Genomes who are, you know, they're like ducks. They look calm on the outside, but underneath they're paddling as hard as they can.
Yeah, you know, I tend to disagree a little bit about the Genomes. About the
Honey Hunters.
The Honey Hunters. I feel like they need to be mindful of who they let in. And so I would say, you know, again, I never count out, you know, never count out the hard hitters from the Lexington Legends, and I would think that they have put them in a position where they're, you know, counted out, and I think that they need to win these games to make sure that they can keep them out of the playoffs.
That's an interesting take. You're right. They do have to be mindful of who gets into the playoffs. I mean, who do they match up with, you know, the best? Who do they win, you know, with the best? So great point there. Ryan Kellogg on the bump. Here's the first pitch of the game, and it's in there for strike one to Reese Hampton. First pitch at 6:37 p.m. tonight, so we are a couple minutes behind, but we're going to get there. That pitch there, strike two, and quickly it's 0-2 to Reese Hampton. And that one just misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Steve, on the season, Reese Hampton is hitting .263 average, 8 home runs, and 39 RBIs.
And this pitch here, he hits, and it's going to foul out of play. So, you know, for a leadoff hitter, those are decent numbers. He's getting on base with a hit more than 1 out of 4 trips to the plate, and that OPS up there tells us that generally 2 out of 5 times he's getting on base, whether it's a hit or whether it's a walk. He's making it on base. Here's the 1-2, and this one hit to right field. Is it fair? It is. It's going into the corner, and it's going to be chased down there and picked up by Paredes. He throws it in, but not before Hampton ends up on second with a stand-up double. 2. And this one hit to right field. Is it fair?
That's right, Steve. It looks
going
like that was a really well-placed ball.
And it's going to be chased down there and picked up by Paredes.
You know, with the slide.
Played it safe.
He did.
So the leadoff batter is on. And Jack Reinheimer coming in now. 275 with 11 homers. First pitch there missing. That one 86 miles an hour for ball 1. Reinheimer, number 2 in the team for stolen bases. Actually, number 2 in the league for stolen bases as well. Him and Reese Hampton out there at first. Ashley, they lead the league in stolen bases this year. So they're battling each other to see who's going to win the stolen base crown.
And that's awesome. That's the aggressive base running that you got from the Honey Hunters, and that's kind of what got them on the board all season.
You got that right. They are the most aggressive base running team by far. I mean, there's a very distant second if you look at York and Southern Maryland. York is a distant second, Southern Maryland third.
It seems like some of these teams have taken a page out of their playbook as well.
Oh, yeah.
When they picked up on their steals, you know, I feel like more teams have been more aggressive as well.
Yeah, well, they had to learn the hard way. 3 out of the top 7 base stealers in this league, come out of that roster from the Honey Hunters. 3 balls, 1 strike here to Reinhammer. OPS close to 800 on the season. And he rips that pitch left field, and that's going to be a double to left after Hampton hit a double to right. And just like that, the Honey Hunters are on the board first here against the Genomes. Something the Genomes have done great this year was getting on the board first against everybody they play. Today, he rips that pitch left field, and that's going to be a double to left after Hampton hit a double to right. And just and that double to left brings up Joseph Rosa. Back-to-back doubles to begin the game for the Honey Hunters.
That's right. Joseph Rosa has a 313 average on the season, 19 home runs, and 83 RBIs.
First pitch there, strike 1. The changeup there, only 69 miles an hour, but froze up Rosa just enough. Zach Jarrett on deck. 75 degrees. The sun has finally poked through on a day that's been overcast here in central Kentucky all day. That pitch misses 2-0, or 1-1, excuse me. And the 1-1 gets away from the catcher below there. There's not a big crowd here today, not a huge crowd at all. And so Sierra still, you see the joy of playing baseball. A guy that's played in the major leagues, and he's just as content right here with nobody in the stands to play around and jump on the bag.
Yeah, you love to see that, just even that enthusiasm as you close out the season as well.
The 1-0 pitch. Smacked over to Johns at short. He throws to first. They get the out, but the run scores, and it's 2-0 Honey Hunters. Just like that. And there's a Backstreet Boys concert tonight, so I think some of the fans who are normally here that go out on Tuesday nights maybe are there because they're not bringing their kids here. They got a babysitter so they could go to the Backstreet Boys concert.
That might be true, and I would say they're going to miss out on a good game.
2-0 score, 2 outs. And Luis Roman steps in and looks at strike 1. That time an 87-mile-an-hour fastball gets across the plate. Roman this year, 14 homers, 269 batting average. And that pitch over the top of his head, he had a duck to get out of the way there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Temperature's going to drop as the game goes on. 75 at first pitch. By the time 10 o'clock rolls around, it's going to be 70, maybe even in the upper 60s. Strike 2 there, 1-2 the count.
And when that happens, I'm going to go get my sweatshirt so we don't, freeze up here.
Here's the 1-2. And that one, it's a liner ripped to second, but picked up and fired over to first, and that will end the inning as the play by Rosario at second base over to his partner Moises Sierra, and that's it. Hey, folks, it is 2-0 Honey Hunters, but the Genomes are coming up to bat. Let's see what they can do. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network. Be right back, everybody. So the switch-hitting Luke Becker will come to the plate and face the left-handed Player of the Month in the Atlantic League, John Anderson, who is on the bump tonight for the Honey Hunters. Becker batting on the right side. 297, average on the season, 19 home runs. First pitch misses, ball one. And that pitch missing as well. 2 balls, no strikes to the third baseman, second baseman, shortstop sometimes. Luke Becker. Becker leads the team in most categories offensively. That ball chopped foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. He leads the team in runs scored this year. He leads the team in hits. He's second on the team in doubles. First on the team in home runs, first in RBIs. A little delay on that pitch, and Becker hits it foul. Looks like Anderson may have lifted his leg and paused there, actually, just to throw the timing off and get him to maybe swing when he didn't really want to, or maybe a little early. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gastonia leads 2-0. Here's the 2-2, and little check swing. Did he go? He thinks he did, and, well, Derek Whitfield rings him up, and that's it. He's headed to the dugout. 1 out. And here's a new name on the lineup for the Genomes, Olmo Rosario. And he's at second base. Normally, it's Becker, but Rosario there today. And he actually finished the inning with a nice defensive play. From Dominican Republic, just had his birthday not too long ago. "42-year-old. And, boy, you look at a guy like him, it's 42 years old out, and he's out there still getting it. In the offseason, plays in Mexico. That's unreal. He's played in over 1,977 baseball games. But 3-0 count to him. And there's that pause I'm talking about, and that one misses. 4-pitch walk to Rosario. So just as we start to talk about him, Ashley, he's already gone. He's on base. But that's all right. We'll take it. And that's the first Genomes base runner aboard. Excuse me. And now Jimmy Paredes coming up to the plate. Paredes walks up to Eminem. What's that? Is that song called "I'm Not Afraid"? What is that? You know it?
No, I know the song. I don't know what it's called.
I think it's called "I'm Not Afraid." And Paredes also a switch hitter. He'll be on the right side here. Here's the first pitch. And that one over the plate, but just missed the strike zone. 1 ball, no strikes to Paredes. Now, my daughter's team was here, and he was voted cutest genome by the Anderson County Middle School softball team.
That's adorable.
It is. It is adorable. I haven't had the chance to tell him that yet, but I do plan on it. Strike 1 there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Paredes. Paredes also one of those offensive powerhouses on this team. If you look over the numbers, 66 runs scored. He's second on the team in hits. He's first on the team in doubles, Ashley. He's second in home runs. That pitch outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Paredes' last team in the major leagues was with the Philadelphia Phillies, so he's one of those guys that has played in the bigs and in the on-deck circles. Chris Davis, he's also one of those guys that's been a big leaguer. Here's the 2-1. Swing and miss there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Honey Hunters I tell you what, when they wear those black jerseys, those are the coolest looking jerseys. The hat's dripping with honey.
Yeah, I like all of the teams' black jerseys.
Yeah, especially the honey. I love how
Yeah.
the word honey hunters across the chest and it's dripping with honey. It's just a cool looking jersey. And their hats too. They got some nice looking hats.
Smooth, sleek looking team.
But yeah, you know, the black jerseys, those are the ones that do stick out, especially for them. And the Genomes too. I love theirs. I like the black jersey contrasted against the white pants. Full count. Here's the payoff pitch from Anderson. He kicks and fires, and Paredes chops this one to first. Possible double play ball, but they're not going to get Rosario, and he'll just touch the bag, and that'll be out number 2 as Castro wanted to turn 2 there, but Rosario got to second in a hurry.
He had a decent lead off of first as well, so he had a jump on that ball, and that made all the difference.
It sure did, and they weren't ready to cover the bag either. Both those players, the shortstop and the second baseman, Rosa and Reinheimer, way off in fielding position, so not ready to cover just yet. And the lead allowed him to get there before they could make a play of it. Now, we talked about in a hurry how he got down to second, Ashley. One swing of the bat can tie this game in a hurry from Davis. He hits that first pitch foul and out of play, strike 1.
Before that went foul, it looked really good. I thought, oh, that might be it right there.
Looked like a big meatball to Chris Davis.
Absolutely.
Here's the 0-1. And he chops this one foul. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. Davis, the 2018 American League home run champion. When he played with the Oakland A's, he also was a member of the Milwaukee Brewers, the start of his major league career. And here comes the 0-2, 2 outs, runner at second for the Genomes. And now he'll step out.
If Davis hits here, this will be his first hit against the Honey Hunters in this second series. So when they were away, he went hitless.
And that is gone. There's no way he's going to get to that, and he does. Caught at the warning track. Didn't have enough distance, but it looked good coming off the bat. Out number 3, and now Dave Kaplan's clowning me because I said that's gone, and it was not gone. I meant out. That was out. That'll end the bottom of first. No runs, 1 left on base for the Genomes. We'll be back with more Genomes baseball right after this. Luis Castro stepping in to lead off the top of the second for the Honey Hunters, batting .281, 10 homers, 45 RBIs. Dave Kaplan has stopped laughing after my terrible call there on that Chris Davis flyout. And strike one here. And, you know, at the break there, Ashley, you started saying something. It was really good, talking about Kellogg having a match up against the player of the month here. Talk about that for just a second.
Yeah, I was just saying that this is going to be a pitcher's duel. You're expecting that, you know, and this is going to be a tall order for Kellogg. I believe he can, you know, obviously rise to the occasion, but I think he obviously knew going into this that it was going to be a fight.
Yeah, these guys were cut out for him. He's pitching against a guy that was named the player of the month. On the year, though, I mean, Kellogg he's done a great job. He really has for a guy who's, you know, having to face, you know, some of the teams that he's faced. He's one of their aces. Him and Eli Villanueva, Dustin Beggs, Max Posey. That's the starting lineup. He's 6-4 on the season, and that's as good as any other starter. There's not a starter better than that. By average, he's the second best on the rotation. And swing and a miss there, and he gets his strikeout, first one of the evening for him. So he is. He's definitely relied on heavily. I mean, through this year, he's pitched 75 innings. He's struck out 65, and he's only walked 16. So that's 4-1. That's a darn good ratio. As a matter of fact, if you look down the roster here, he's the number one pitcher on the team in that rotation. And 4-1, 3-1 is considered great. So, you know, 4-1 is way above average. You know, there's major leaguers that don't do that.
That's right.
And strike one here to Jake Skoll. And what's he done this year? Do you have his numbers?
Yeah, on the season, Jake Skoll is 260 average, 21 home runs, and 50 RBIs on the season.
Yeah, Skoll in 908 looks like on his OPS.
Mm-hmm.
Swing and a miss there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Skoll, the center fielder. And that was Dave Kaplan's alarm to take his Tums for his stomach. That ball outside. And it's 2-2. Oh, no, that's his. He's a sugar cube at that time. Sorry, 7 o'clock sugar cube time. Dave, sugar cube. This one hit high into the sky, shallow left field. Going back, though, is Johns and Becker. Johns calls everybody off and makes the catch. Shaw says, hey, you can have that one, and he did. He took it. So 2 outs, 2 up, 2 down for Kellogg. And now the catcher, Alex Holderbach, coming up for his first trip to the plate.
Alex is batting .244 on the season, 3 home runs and 31 RBIs. He's got an OPS of 726.
Steps in the right-hander against Kellogg. He hits the first pitch he sees down, well, into the gap there between short and third and into left field. Chris Shaw fields it, throws it in. So he's on base with a single off an 86-mile-an-hour fastball. And with 2 outs, they've got a runner aboard for Jalen Smith, their designated hitter.
Jalen Smith, their designated hitter, he's batting .253 on the season. He's got 2 home runs and 11 RBIs.
And the first pitch outside of him, Ashley, outside ball 1. And he hits this one high into the air. It's going to be shallow center field. Johns going back, calling everybody off, and he makes the catch on that one as well. So Johns makes 2 plays, both of which deep into the outfield for a shortstop, but that's what they needed in the inning. That's it after the top of the second. Genomes coming out. They trail 2-0 here in Lexington. We'll be right back with more Genomes baseball right after this. Welcome back to Lexington, Kentucky, everybody. Steve Tressler. Alongside him is Ashley Grigsby. And this is Genomes Baseball. It is Tuesday, September 6, 2022, 7:04 in the evening. Chris Shaw stepping in, the left fielder and sometimes first baseman for the Genomes. It's going to be lefty on lefty here as he faces Anderson. And the Genomes are in the hole here, 2-0. Swing and miss to Shaw.
Shaw's ready to make something happen tonight. He's got 266 on the average on the season. He's got 17 home runs and 65 RBIs.
And for a guy that's batting 266, that's a huge OPS. And what that tells you is he gets walked a lot too. He actually leads the team in being walked on the season.
That's right. He's got an 880 OPS, and yeah, he does. He gets walked often.
Yeah, 89 walks on the season, and that is far and away more than anybody on the team. He hits this one high into the sky, and it's going to sail foul towards the third base side. Yeah, looking on here. As a matter of fact, Luke Becker is second on the team in walks. He has 65. Chris Shaw has 90, or 89 actually, 24 walks more than the next closest one. That's a walk per game just about this season for him. And the 1-2, Shaw hits that. It's a rocket to center field, but right there to make the catch for out number one is Jake Skoll. He gave it a ride there, Ashley, but not enough on it.
That's right.
So one down, Moises Sierra stepping in.
Sierra's batting 286 on the season, 6 home runs and 39 RBIs. He's got an OPS of 839.
First pitch there in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. 839 OPS. And 6 HRs, like Ashley just said. Sierra at first base tonight. Not a switch hitter, so he's normally at the right side anyway. That pitch missing as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Sierra, you can tell, loves the game. He was playing around after he got that ground ball and jumped up in the air and did a puddle jump into first base. And that pitch low as well. 3 balls, no strikes. 13 doubles on the year for him. He's stolen 10 bases. He's only been caught twice. Been walked 37 times this year.
This is his first game start of September.
He's only had, looking over the numbers here. Yeah, he gets walked here. Yeah, this is he's only played in half the games this season, so.
And he's having a good time the way he just took off running to first on his walk.
And he's glad to be back on the field. One on, nobody out for Yuri Perez, the center fielder. He's one of the speedsters on that Genomes team. First pitch to him in there for strike one. 90-mile-an-hour fastball that time, right over the plate. EP batting .434. That is a small sample size, but .434 is still .434.
Yeah, in his last appearance was actually against Gastonia at Gastonia. He had 4 at-bats. He had 3 hits.
So he's made himself known to this crew.
Absolutely, walked once.
And the 1-1 is hit right up the middle. A diving grab there to smother it by the second baseman. And they're only going to get 1 out on what may have been a double play ball. Rosa jumped, smothered it, but only able to throw it to Reinheimer to get the out on Sierra, the force out. Perez gets down the line and is safe, so 1 on 2 outs here. And Perez talks it up with Castro over there. Probably saying, can you believe that Rosa got that?
That was an incredible stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And pitch low. Ball one here. Chase Below, the catcher, 201 average on the season. 13 homers, 32 RBIs. And this one chopped foul. A lot of big events going on in Lexington, Kentucky tonight. You know, we got a lot of competition tonight. We got the Backstreet Boys in concert at Rupp Arena tonight. We got some UK sporting events going on. Got 2 UK sporting events going on. This is high school JV sports night tonight.
Yeah, Lexington is a happening city, you know.
There's a lot going on. It's popping around here. Swing and a miss there below. 1 ball, 2 strikes to him.
He's shaking his head like, okay, you got me. But, you know.
Now, earlier this season, I forget if it was May or June, but he had a 2-homer game. And since then, I have waited for his follow-up to that to have another one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That pitch low, 2-2.
Yeah, on Friday at Gastonia, he had 3 at-bats, and he struck out twice. So I know that he's ready to redeem himself here at home.
Well, 2 balls, 2 strikes. If he's going to do it, now is the chance. Anderson looks in. Long look here. Below settles. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first. And that pitch up high, and now the count full. 3-2. Ashley, did you ever play softball or baseball kid, on a team?
Yeah, my first sport was baseball, and I followed that until, managed pitch, kid pitch, and then softball. Yeah, I played softball, fast pitch.
What was your position?
I think they had me all over the place, to be honest with you.
Here's a payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. Gastonia leaves another one, or Genomes leave another one stray, and thanks to the pitching by John Anderson of Gastonia. So it's still 2-0. We're headed to the third. Genomes held scoreless again. No hits either. Honey Hunter's coming up. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Stick around. Look over here, buddy. See that? You see that? Welcome back to Wild Hill Field in Lexington, Kentucky, and smiles all around the press box as Everybody enjoys the baseball game, no finger pointing. That's what I love to see. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Hey, clear that strikes and balls thing. Make it third inning, too, if you will, top of the third. First pitch here, strike one. Sorry about saying that so choppy to you, buddy. It's top of the third, but I was just trying to get back at you. That one fouled out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. And to think, I was telling Andy Shea that we got to get more lights up here for you. I should have never said it. Hey, I promise you, by Thursday, we're going to have more lights in here. And if we don't, I'm definitely getting a couple there, right above your head, okay? And speaking of lights, they come on here in the stadium, and the 0-2 pitch hit into left field for a base hit. So, Ashley, Reese Hampton, that 265 average, he gets back on the board again. That's his second hit of the night. So Hampton on board. And with Hampton on board, here's Reinheimer. He looks at the first pitch he sees. He hits it hard, and it's going to go foul and into the stands. And Sierra still having fun of their dives, half-heartedly anyway, into the seats.
No, yeah, he's having a good time. Right now, Reinheimer, he's hitting 277 on the season. He's got 11 home runs and 59 RBIs. His OPS is 796.
But, Hugh Davis actually was right there. He said Sierra needs to be careful. He just came off the injured list. So playing or not, he doesn't need to be fake diving into the stands there as the throw over to first base to keep him on board.
He's just letting everybody know he's 100%.
Yep. No balls, 1 strike here to Reinheimer, and that pitch is upstairs, 1-1. Reinheimer's double in the first inning is what brought in the first run of the game tonight, as he doubled and he brought in Hampton, who had also doubled. And Hampton goes on the pitch. Here's the throw down there. They got him. It looks like the tag was there, and they say, yeah, they got him. And great throw by Below, right on top of it. Doubled to catch Reinheimer on the steal there, and Hampton, who also doubled. And Hampton goes on the pitch. Here's the throw down there. They got him. As Reinheimer this year has only been caught stealing 9 times after stealing 50 bases. So 5 out of 6 times he's going to get you. And now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, and nobody aboard with 1 out, Ashley. .277 average, 11 home runs, 59 RBIs, and this one a grounder to short picked up by Johns, and he'll fire to Sierra, and that's out number 2. So kind of a strange way to get 2 up and 2 down, but they got it. Here's Rosa.
Joseph Rosa is 313 on the season. He's got 19 home runs and 83 RBIs. His OPS is 973.
Yeah, he's had a great season. He's top 10 in OPS, also top 10 in batting average. And this pitch here ripped foul, and now he's behind the count, though, 0-2. He's a name that you continue to see over and over. Now, what's interesting about the Backstreet Boys is I don't know which Backstreet Boys it is because I wasn't a fan, but I used to work out at Ford's Fitness Center in the late 90s, early 2000s, and 2 of the Backstreet Boys would come in there and work out every day. And one of them used to get on the treadmill. Whenever I was on treadmill, he would be next to me. and we just chatted up, and I'd ask him about life as a celebrity, and he would tell me, and we got to know each other pretty good. I still have his number in my phone, and I should have asked him for tickets tonight, but it's kind of weird. If it was my kind of music, I'd be all about it, but
It's just not for you.
just not my type of hype.
I know a couple of songs.
I know a couple of their songs only because they were played so much, but it's interesting that you know, a lot of people are, you know, he's so famous, and to me, he just seems like an everyday guy. Swing and a miss here, and that's something you don't see a lot of, is Rosa going down swinging on strikes, but a big out, and the Genomes get out of the inning. No runs, nobody on base. We're headed to the bottom of the third. Genomes trail by 2. They need to get their first hit and get into this game, folks. We'll be back with Genomes Baseball right after this. Gavin Johns will lead off things here in the bottom of the third, 2-0 Honey Hunters.
Johns is averaging 308 on the season, 1 home run and 25 RBIs.
Swing and a miss here, strike 1. And I think at this point, Mark Minikazi would just settle for one of these guys getting on base with a hit here. And Johns chops this one down the third base side, foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. No outs.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time. I mean, I've seen a lot of Genomes games, and there's their hitters out there, so it's just a matter of time before they catch up with Anderson.
And pitch upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Carlos Franco from the York Revolution, who's had an amazing year this year, actually had his contract bought out internationally, so he will take the show on the road, so to speak. And that pitch in the dirt, 2-2. He left the Atlantic League leading in RBIs and extra base hits this year. So bon voyage to him and good luck abroad. You know, as a team, Gastonia has stolen 280 bases this year. And that one fouled off by Johns. Two balls, 2 strikes. All right, Hugh Davis just said 2 balls, 3 strikes. I think he's losing it, folks. He's our official scorer. He shouldn't speak like that. 2 balls, 4 strikes, according to Hugh Davis. Well, you can tell this is after a long holiday weekend. Everybody coming in here. Everybody a little snippy. And they all had to go back to work. But that happens sometimes. We're all human.
Are you speaking mostly for yourself?
I'm only speaking for me.
Okay.
And anyone else who thinks it applies to them. Here's the 2-2. And he hits that one a ton, but foul as it sails over the mattress overstock warehouse. 2 balls, 5 strikes, according to Hugh Davis. So he stays 2-2, and that's the third foul of the at-bat for him. Genomes looking for their first hit of the evening. Anderson with 2 strikeouts tonight. He's also walked 2 batters. And that one fouled away. And he throws a foul ball into the stands.
I mean, it looks like he's seeing the zone. And all of those, the majority of his fouls were right there in the zone.
Yeah, they were all in the strike zone. He was just staying alive, looking for the right pitch. And he rips that one foul as well. Now it looked like it was also in the strike zone. Now you could track the pitches the same way we do here at Wild Hill Field. If you pull up AtlanticLeague.com, go to stats and scoreboard.
And that was pitch number 10.
A 10-pitch at bat here, and it's still 2-2. And that one hit hard, deep left field, going back to the warning track. And a catch made on the run at the warning track in left field by Reese Hampton for out number 1. So the Genomes are hitting the ball hard. They're just not hitting it hard into the right spots.
I mean, not just that. He didn't even have any assist on the win for that one at all. You know, so that was just sheer power off of that 75-mile-per-hour pitch.
Yeah. Out number 1. And now Luke Becker steps back in. He went down on strikes swinging his first time at the plate. And that pitch high, ball 1.
That's right. Luke Becker's batting .296 on the season. He's got 19 home runs and 83 RBIs.
He's had a fantastic year. And he hits this one hard, deep center field. And going back to make the catch is Jake Skoll for out number 2. So back-to-back hitters here for the Genomes have sent the ball to deep into the outfield, 1 to left, 1 to center, but still just not enough and not in the right spot. Had that shot been at that crush zone, it may have been a double or possibly a triple. So they're still trying to find some place to hit it, some gap to hit it into, Ashley. And here's Yuri Perez. Try his luck again. Olmo Rosario. His last time he was walked on 4 straight pitches, and now ball 1 to him. And that one in there for a strike.
That's right. Last time we were talking about him, and then he went ahead with the quick walk. I was going to say that since 2013, he's averaged .302 for his career.
And pitch high and away, 2 balls, 1 strike.
So 42 years old, the Genomes decided to bring in, a hitter.
Yeah, and some experience as well. A guy like him has got so much experience. He can be invaluable in the dugout, especially for a team that's in a playoff race here. And he hits this one right back to Anderson with a broken bat, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the 4th. Genomes trailing 2-0. Hey, and don't forget, they took 2 of 3 from Gastonia this past weekend. So Gastonia is fresh off getting and that beaten 2 out of 3 games by the Genomes. So they are going to try to return the favor here. Genomes doing everything they can to not allow that to happen because they're trying to make the playoffs. We'll come right back with more Genomes baseball right here on the Genomes Baseball Network, everybody. Join us. Zach Jarrett will lead off things here in the top of the fourth. Gastonia leads 2-0. And the first pitch to Zach Jarrett hit into right field for a base hit. And that was a solid shot off the bat of Zach Jarrett to Jimmy Paredes in right. And he's on base with his first hit of the night. The first pitch here, fouled out of play by Luis Roman. Strike one to the third baseman.
That's right. Luis Roman is batting .268 on the season. He's got 14 home runs and 67 RBIs. His OPS is .838.
Kellogg here, 2 strikeouts through 3 innings. He's given up 2 runs on 4 hits so far, 2 runs on 5 hits, excuse me. So he's not pitching bad.
No, not at all.
But his counterpart is just pitching better. And the Genomes are going to try to get in this thing and give him a few runs. Every pitcher needs run support. There's 2 balls, 1 strike now to Luis Roman. Genomes they actually beat Gastonia Friday night 3-2. Jimmy Paredes had all 3 RBIs in that game. Swing and a miss there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. But they won 3-2 on Friday night versus Gastonia. Then Saturday night, Gastonia beat them 5-3. Then Sunday afternoon, the Genomes beat Gastonia again 5-4 to get the series win in the rubber match. And this is a new 3-game series as Gastonia just packed their bags and followed the Genomes home. And swing and a miss there. And he fouled that off. Runner will have to go back as Jarrett went on that pitch there for the steal.
I feel like Chase Fellow so automatic. I feel like he was ready for that ball. He was ready to throw it down.
Yeah. So Jarrett makes his way back to first. This is the last meeting of the season between these two teams. They have this game. This is the last series, I should say, not the last meeting. They'll meet the next 2 days, but this is the last series between Gastonia and the Genomes. And check swing there. Did he go? No, he did not, says Marvin King, and count goes full 3-2. 52 pitches tonight, 34 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch. Out of the stretch. 1 on, nobody out. This one right back up the middle. Could be a double play ball. They got 1. They got 2. And Johns, unassisted, makes the double play himself as he grabs it as he's standing on second base. It couldn't have worked out better for the Genomes, Ashley. 1 on, nobody out.
Oh, not at all.
This one right back up the middle. Could be a double play ball. They got 1.
Fielded it perfectly. Perfect throw.
So 2 down. On the benefit of a ball by Roman that was placed perfectly up the middle for Johns to field.
And it's lucky for Kellogg that he didn't try to touch that one or like deflect it.
Yeah, and lucky that Jarrett didn't have the steal because there'd be no double play opportunity there.
Right.
First pitch there, ball 1.
Luis Castro up to bat.
Kind of a slow trickle here as more and more fans have made their way into the game for hot dog night, and the temperature's perfect, though, 74 degrees here. Sun just starting to set. That pitch just missed the outside corner. 2 balls and no strikes to Luis Castro as first time up he struck out.
That's right. Castro's batting .280 on the season. He's got 10 home runs and 45 RBIs.
Here's the 2-0, and he fouls that one off for strike 1. These two teams will meet again tomorrow at 12:05. That game will be brought to you by Tom Gross. And then Thursday night, I will be back to bring you the third game of the series between these two teams. And timeout called by Castro as he felt like Kellogg was taking too long, actually. So he says timeout and steps out. Now he's ready to go. Here's the 2-1. Kellogg kicks, fires, and it's chop foul. And now the count evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And I'm sure that Kellogg's looking for the third out right here. You know, not to jinx anything right now, but Castro for September, he's batting 167. So this would be his second hit for the month.
So 1 strike away from ending the inning, and that one foul back, and Castro stays alive. Pepsi party deck lit up by the sunshine that's setting to our west. Well, that's a lot of sun hitting that party deck. So if you're sitting out there on a night like this, you'd have to have some sunglasses on or you couldn't even see the game. 2-2. And this one, right back to the pitcher. Kellogg grabs it, throws to first, and that ends the inning as Sierra makes the catch. 3.5 in the books. Genomes coming up. They trail 2-0. We'll be back with Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network. Here's Jimmy Paredes. He steps in to face Anderson for the second time tonight. He takes the first pitch and fouls it down the third base side.
That's right. He's 285 on the season. He's got 18 home runs and 66 RBIs.
No balls, 1 strike here. And he hits this one to short. Reinheimer picks it up and fires over to Castro, and out number 1. So Chris Davis comes back up. And as you remember, his last time up, he was just inches from a home run, as I called it. So Paredes both times tonight is grounded out. He had a great game last Friday night, all 3 RBIs for the win. First pitch to Davis is outside, ball 1. Genomes still looking for their first hit tonight, facing the player of the month in John Anderson.
That's right. And Chris Davis, he's batting .269 on the season.
He hits this one deep center field. Going back to the warning track and making the catch is Skoll, and that's out number 2. So the second time tonight he's hit a ball to the warning track, and the second time tonight it's been caught. Here's Chris Shaw. Now, Chris has light tower power as well as Chris Davis, so they don't need to get everything all at once. They just need to start with a first hit, don't they?
Right, yeah. It took me a while to figure out what that light tower power meant.
Oh, yeah.
When I was listening to the broadcast. But when you're looking at a .266 average and the 17 home runs, he's definitely got that light tower power.
Oh, yeah. That's a guy who can hit a ball up into the lights in the outfield. First time up, he flew out to center field, and Skoll had to make a sprint for it back towards the wall. This time, he chops it towards first. Castro grabs it. Anderson covers, and that is out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down. It was easy work for Anderson. His pitch count, it's under 60 pitches through 4 innings. That is fantastic work. We're headed to the 5th. Genomes trail here 2-0. We'll be right back, everybody. Here's Jake Skoll to lead things off in the top of the 5th. Top of the 5th, no balls, 1 strike to Jake Skoll, 259 average on the season, 21 home runs, 50 RBIs. That pitch is upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1, and that one in there for strike two. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to the center fielder who's been busy tonight, Ashley, as he's made several catches out there in center field. A couple of those have been on-the-run catches. And this one hit hard to center field, and it's going to find a gap. And it's going to bounce all the way off the Black Diamond Pest Control sign. And, boy, look at him go. I mean, he got around the bases like he was being chased, and he ends up with a triple standing up, Ashley. So Skoll leads things off here in the top of the 5th with a triple.
Yeah, he really booked it.
He sure did.
Yeah, he stretched that.
Looked like maybe he stole something, but maybe not. He got around those bases like he did, though.
Absolutely.
Skoll on the year, 3 triples. That was triple number 4, and that's tied for second on the team with Jack Reinheimer, excuse me. So the leadoff triple from Skoll brings the catcher to the plate, Alex Holderbach, and a big lead down there as Skoll was acting like he was going to steal, and could be a possible squeeze play situation because that infield is starting to creep its way in, Ashley, like they're expecting a bunt here.
Absolutely. And
a liner straight into right field. No squeeze play needed when your catcher rips a single to right and scores the run, and it's 3-0 Honey Hunters.
yeah, Genomes kind of froze on that play. Like you said, they were pulled in for expecting a bunt, and it didn't go shallow at all.
That did not pan out at all for them, did it?
No.
As Alex Holderbach did exactly what he did the first time up, and that's rip the ball to right field for a base hit. So 3-0. Holderbach at first. And the first pitch here to Jalen Smith, missing ball 1.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the bottom of this lineup, but, with no outs, Jalen Smith's hitting .250 on the season. He's got 2 home runs, 11 RBIs.
And that pitch missing as well, 2-0.
And with a OPS of 728, I'm going to say he's a patient batter.
Yeah. And like you just said, the patience working as he's now ahead of the count 3-0. Kellogg in danger of putting a second runner aboard here. Skoll tripled. And that's a strike there. So Jalen Smith, you called it, Ashley, the patient batter that he is, pays off because he gets on base without having to hit the ball himself, and now 2 runners aboard.
I don't think he swung his bat.
Yeah, 1 strike.
Yeah.
It's 3-1. He got on that pitch there, so he got on base. He popped out to short his first time up. That time he didn't have to do anything, just waited out. So 2 on, nobody out here in the 5th. And here's Reese Hampton.
Reese Hampton is hitting .267 on the season. He's got 8 home runs and 39 RBIs.
And he rips that pitch, the first one he sees, to Chris Shaw on left. Runner will score here. Shaw throws it in, and it's 4-0 Honey Hunters. As that quick, they have put 2 more runs on the board as Holderbach made his way all the way in to score, Ashley. And now Jalen Smith at second, and Reese Hampton at first. And here's Jack Reinheimer again.
That's right. That was Hampton's 40th RBI on the season. We've got Reinheimer's hitting .276, 11 home runs, 59 RBIs.
First pitch to Reinheimer, and inside ball 1. He grounded out to short his last time up. And before that, in the first inning, he doubled to left, and that scored the first run of the game as Reese Hampton came in. That pitch in there for a strike fastball, and it's 1-1. Hampton 3 for 3 tonight. And that one in there for strike 2. So back-to-back fastballs, 187, 186. And Ryan Kellogg now ahead in the count 1-2 with 2 on and nobody out. And smell the hot dogs down there. And now he's going to step out of the box.
Yeah, and Kellogg's showing he still has some speed on him. This will be his 75th pitch of the night.
He's about right in the upper levels of where you want the pitcher in 4 innings. As he strikes out Reinheimer there on a swing and a miss. So that's out number 1. That was a big out, too, because he had been hit pretty well by all the other batters leading up to that one, 8-9 or 7-8-9-1.
Yeah, that was his 3rd strike. And, a lot of times, too, when you get to the top of this lineup, those batters want to bring all these guys home. And so, you get guys that are going to swing the bat.
That's his 3rd of the night, and here comes Joseph Arosa, who also struck out his last time at bat. So 2 on, 1 out. First pitch to him is outside, ball 1.
That's right. Rosa's a 312 batter on average. He's got 19 home runs and 83 RBIs.
So 312 on the season for him, putting up some good home run and RBI numbers as well.
That's right. His OPS is 971.
Runner goes, and Velo throws down to second, not in time. A double steal pulled off as Jalen Smith and Reese Hampton went, and that is why they lead the league in stolen bases. As that time they put the pressure on Velo to make a call of where he wanted to throw that ball, and I think he only saw Hampton go because Smith, he can't throw it because the batter to his left there, Rosa, is in the way.
And that was a beautiful double steal too. It was very much in sync.
And that pitch misses, and now it's 3 balls, no strikes. And if he walks this batter, bases loaded, Ashley, and look out because Zach Jarrett coming up. That in there for a strike. And Derek Whitfield says, yeah, that one was in there.
Yeah, he took a step like he was going to, take the walk, but he had to come back.
Tried to sell it, didn't he?
He did.
3 balls, 1 strike to Rosa. Swing and a miss there, and now the count full. So working his way back into the count here is Kellogg. And this would be a huge out if he could get this one. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here, top of the 5th. Honey Hunters 4, Genomes nothing. Here's the payoff. And got him looking, strike 3. Rosa thought he had a base there, and he'll go down looking on that one, Ashley, and that's out number 2, and that was a huge out.
It was a huge out, and he thought he was going to get the easy walk, and he didn't.
Bases loaded, 1 out is a lot different than 2 on, 2 outs.
That's right, and Kellogg really fought back, to win that.
He sure did. He started off 3-0 and was able to come back and get back-to-back strikeouts, and that's strikeout number 4 of the evening. And now Zach Jarrett comes to the plate. He singled to right his last time up. And they're going to intentionally walk Zach Jarrett and try their luck pitching to Luis Roman, who hit into a double play his last time up. Remember, he hit that ball that was fielded by Johns out there at second base. But this way, there's a play at every base. So that's the point of walking Zach Jarrett. It's not so much they're afraid of his bat, but this way they can throw it to any base and get the last out of the inning, and that would nullify any run that comes across the score. Now 5 strikeouts tonight for Kellogg. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And the first pitch upstairs, 1-0 to Luis Roman.
Yeah, but Luis Roman, he's batting .267 on the season. He's got 14 home runs and 67 RBIs. OPS is .835. You know, I hear what you're saying about getting a out at any base, but
I mean, that's the only reason to do it, because
right.
him and Jarrett are about numbers wise the same. So I think that is the guess. They're going to play the odds here and hope that they can just get out with a ground ball somewhere. Of course, now they can also backfire. Luis Roman could get a hold of one and put 4 more on the board. That's worst case scenario. Best case scenario, hits it right back to the pitcher and the inning's over.
And I wonder if they wanted that lefty-lefty matchup.
Could be too. So 3-0 now. And now he's in danger of walking in the 5th run of the game. Looking in, 3-0. And that pitch in there for a strike. Who was that, Hugh Davis?
I've already told you once.
Sounds good. Thank you.
I'm waiting a minute before I say it.
Okay.
11 years Oakland. Well, 11 years A's, 4 years.
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded. Top of the 5th. And that one got the outside corner. And again, he's able to fight his way back into the account here. And now a full count. 2 batters in a row, Ashley. He's had a 3-0 count, and he's worked his way back in to make it 3-2. And I got a feeling he's going to try to blow this pitch by him. 87-mile-an-hour fastball right here. Here's the payoff pitch. You don't want to walk this one in. Runners go. Swing and a miss, and got him. And that is strike 3, and that ends the inning. What a job by Kellogg to fight his way back. 3 straight strikeouts.
That's impressive.
And that is strikeout number 6. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. This is halftime, folks. Genomes trailing 4-0. We'll be back with more Genomes baseball right after this. Welcome back. Bottom of the 5th inning. Strike one to Moises Sierra. No runs for the Genomes tonight, and scarily enough, no hits yet, as they are facing the player of the month in the Atlantic League, John Anderson, and pitcher on the mound. And that pitch in there, strike two. And you can see why he gets in there, and he goes right to work, gets ahead of the batters, and he's got a 0-2 count. With only 2 strikeouts tonight, he's just able to get these guys to pop up or pop out or ground out, and they have not been able to get anything on him tonight. And Sierra hits this one hard right to shortstop, and that's going to be out number 1. And that's what we're talking about right there. It's not that he's overbearing or overpowering. He was, his fastball is only 90 actually, but he's given his fielders plenty of action, and they're making plays for him. He's trusting his infield and his outfield to do their job.
That's right, and they're not committing, senseless errors or anything like that out there. They're just playing fundamental baseball, and they're making the plays.
So Moises here last time up, he walked. This time he grounds out to short. And that brings up Yuri Perez. Strike one to Perez, who he reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. He hits this one to short as well. Reinheimer grabs it, fires to first, and that's out number 2. So back-to-back ground balls. Nothing you can do about it. They're hitting them. They're just not hitting them in the right spots.
Right.
And that happens.
Yeah, they're not getting any lucky breaks with any of their placement of these balls.
And sometimes that happens. I mean, sometimes you have it and you find those gaps, and sometimes you don't. Right now, they don't have it. They're not finding those spots.
It wouldn't be something that would happen today.
And this one pops straight up into the air, and it's going to go foul. Strike one to the catcher, Chase Velo. Velo's first time up, he struck out swinging.
That's right. He's batting 200 on the season. He's got 13 home runs and 32 RBIs. His OPS is 811.
And that one hit hard, straightaway center, and on the run. Skoll can't get to it. Finally, one gets past the outfield, and Velo is going to have a stand-up double as that ball bounces off the sleep-in sign in center field. And that is the first base hit of the night for the Genome. So the no-hitter is over, Ashley.
That's right. Yeah, he reached for it. It looked like he might have caught it, but it went right over his glove, hit that outfield wall, and it was good for 2.
So runner on with 2 outs here for the Genomes. And Gavin Johns, the shortstop, who's batting over 300, comes to the plate.
That's right. Gavin Johns is batting 301. He's got 1 home run and 25 RBIs. His OPS is 767.
First pitch to him, misses, ball 1.
His last at bat, Johns flew out to left field.
He fouls this one out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Genomes took 2 of 3 from Gastonia in North Carolina. That was this past weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Labor Day weekend. They drove into town with Gastonia trailing right behind them. They had yesterday off, and now a 3-game series Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday here in Kentucky in Lexington. This one, grounder to short, easy play, and that will end the inning. Genomes leave a runner stranded, but they do get a hit finally, so they're not going to go hitless tonight. But are they going to go scoreless? Let's hope not. We'll be back with 6th-inning action right after this. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network. Welcome back to Wild Hill Field in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm Steve Tressler. Alongside of me, my friend and colleague Ashley Grigsby. And we are ready to start the sixth inning here, 4-0 lead. It's been all Gastonia as we begin the top of the sixth, and a new pitcher on the mound, Ashley, for the Genomes.
That's right, Jordani Herrera. He's pitching 5.32 on the season.
Line drive caught at short by Johns for out number one. 5.32 ERA this year so far as a pitcher on the season. And go ahead.
Yeah, in 17 games and in 22 innings pitched. He's got 22 strikeouts.
So 22 strikeouts at 22 innings.
That's right.
How many walks do you know? Let's say there.
He's got 10 walks.
So a 2-to-1 ratio. That's a good number.
His fastball is pretty impressive. His fastball is between 90 and 95.
Okay. Yeah, he's got a good fastball. He's got a good changeup as well. And that pitch there, not sure whether, looks like it went off of his back foot maybe, and that's strike one. So 1 out and an 0-1 count here to the center fielder, Jake Skoll. Skoll's last time up, he ripped off a triple and then scored. Here's the 0-1. Herrera kicks and fires, and that's a nice curveball in there for strike two at 80 miles an hour. Joe Hendry Herrera, 28 years old, 5'9", 175. Here's the 0-2. And that one hit hard, deep right, or deep left field, excuse me, but it's going to sail into foul territory. I said it's going to fail into sow territory, and that doesn't sound right. You can't tell I've been up since 6 a.m., can you?
That's not bad. Jake Skoll's batting .261 on the season. He's got 21 home runs and 50 RBIs. His OPS is .915.
He gets on base. That's what that tells you. And swing and a miss there. Not this time, though. Herrera, that high fastball, 92 miles an hour, blew right by him, just like Ashley told you. And that is another strikeout for Genomes pitchers, the 7th of the evening, although they trail 4-0. And that brings the catcher back up, Alex Holderbach. 2 up, 2 down so far for Herrera here in the top of the sixth. It's been a fast game, though, it feels like.
Oh, you're not supposed to say that.
Not supposed to say that?
I don't think so.
Did I jinx it?
I've been told.
All right. That one in there for strike one. Fastball as well that time, Ashley, 93 miles an hour.
But you're right. The pitching is so good today from both teams. And so, yeah, you're right. It seems to be flying by.
So no balls, 1 strike here. I want to thank all of you all for joining us on YouTube or wherever you are watching the game, whether it's on your phone or your television at home. That one fouled off deep right field. Or if you're listening on your stereo, radio, car, wherever you're at, we appreciate you joining us for the game tonight as the Genomes trying to fight for their playoff lives as they are 2.5 games back in the wild card race but have a shot at making it. Herrera, long look in for him this time. No balls, 2 strikes. And that last pitch was 93 miles an hour. This one here misses the outside corner at 82, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Alex Holderbach's having a pretty good at bat right now. He's looking at those balls and he's hitting, what's in the zone, even though he's hitting it foul. He's batting .253 on the season. He's got 3 home runs and 32 RBIs.
He's certainly capable. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Herrera. And that one inside, 2-2 now. In the bottom of the sixth, the batting order for the Genomes is 1, 2, 3. Top of the order, Becker, Rosario, and Paredes.
Yep. On Alex's last at bat, he singled on a line drive to Jimmy Paredes, and he actually got an RBI.
Yeah, he singled to right both times tonight. He's 2 for 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And missing with the outside pitch there is Herrera, and now the count full 3-2. Herrera just a strike away from getting out of this inning and allowing the Genomes to come back to the plate.
Yeah.
It is time for those bats to get hot. Here's the payoff pitch. Herrera, long look in to Chase Velo. And now Velo throwing the signal to him. And now timeout called by Holderbach. He says, wait a minute, you guys are taking way too long. I'm going to step out. So he steps out. Herrera stays on the bump, waits for him to come in. And the payoff pitch is on the way. And that one right down the middle. Herrera leaps, grabs the ground ball, and fires to first. And they got him. Sierra still having a blast over there at first for out number 3. That's it. Bottom of the 6th for the Genomes coming up. 1, 2, 3 batting order. We'll be back with more Genomes baseball from Lexington, Kentucky right after this. First pitch here, bottom of the 6th, outside, ball 1. Tonight's attendance, 587 have shown up to watch this titanic struggle between the Honey Hunters and the Genomes. Again, official attendance, 587 between the Honey Hunters and the Genomes. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Luke Becker, the leadoff batter for the Genomes. And that one ripped into right field, and the second base hit of the evening, it's going to go to the wall. Becker around first, heads to second. He's going to go ahead and try for 3. Throw not going to get there. And Luke Becker with a leadoff triple Ashley to begin the bottom of the 6th.
Absolutely. We were talking about this in between one of the last innings, and that was so well hit. We knew when they got a pitching change that, they would do something different. Oh, that still Anderson?
That's still Anderson.
Still Anderson.
Yep.
Okay.
But we were talking about
We were talking about the third time up.
around, yeah.
The third time around.
So the numbers show the third time a batter faces a pitcher, they bat almost double what they do the first 2 times combined. And Becker kind of proved that theory to both of us right there, Ashley.
Absolutely.
So 1 on, nobody out, bottom of the 6th. And Rosario, first pitch to him is fouled off, strike 1. So a leadoff triple here, and the Genomes are in business.
That's right. You already have a runner in scoring position. And, they said hitting is contagious, so let's see what Rosario does.
That pitch up high, ball 1. And, it's amazing what a leadoff double, leadoff triple can do for a team to start an inning on a guy that's been, fairly unhittable tonight. For your leadoff batter, Becker, who's also, he's a quiet leader in that clubhouse. For him to get on base with a triple, that could also, set off the alarms. People could get on base. And this one hit deep left field, going back to the warning track. Making the catch is Hampton, but that's enough to get Becker in, and the shutout's over. And the Genomes have finally gotten on the board. It took them 6 innings, but it's a 4-1 game, folks. Sacrifice fly for Rosario.
Yeah, that was close to being a home run. I was thinking they're about to cut that lead in half.
Yeah, coming off the bat, it looked good, didn't it?
It really did.
But that's what they needed, was a sacrifice fly. And you see all the players for the Genomes come out of the dugout to high five not only Becker for scoring, but Rosario for the sac fly. And now Paredes coming up for his 3rd trip against Anderson. And that pitch there, strike 1.
That's right. Jimmy Paredes, he grounded out at his first at-bat to the first baseman. His second, he grounded out to the shortstop. So, we're looking to see him actually make something happen this time.
And a rocket into left field. I mean, an absolute screamer for Paredes. And he is on base. And you just said we're looking to see if he does anything here. And he did, Ashley, with a rocket to left. And he's on base. And now Crush Davis coming to the plate.
That's the second time I've seen the outfielders kind of miss their cutoff man, too. So I'm wondering if there's going to be some mistakes that's made that help the Genomes out this inning as well.
I hope you're right. I hope you just made the call on that one. Crush Davis steps in. 1 on, 1 out. He came close 2 times tonight, hitting the ball out of the park, hitting to the warning track both times. And if it wasn't for a leaping, diving grab by that left fielder over the wall almost, as Dave Kaplan saw, we would have had a home run. David, the Cabbage Man Kaplan. Here's the 1-0 to Davis. Inside 2-0.
Sugar Cube.
That's right, Sugar Cube Kaplan. That's what we call him, old Sugar Cube Kaplan. He likes to tell me I smell like Al Davis, the owner of the Raiders, because I usually wear my Las Vegas or Oakland Raiders gear depending on the day. And you know what? If I smell like Al Davis, that's fine with me because I smell like a winner. And this one, monster shot to center. It's going to be caught, though, and that'll send Paredes back to first as he was on his way to second. And Davis 0 for 3 tonight. 2 outs. Second time in a row that Davis has flown out to center field. Chris Shaw is due, folks. He hit a fly out to center as well. He grounded out to first his last time up. And I feel like he is due here, especially against Anderson. This will be his third time facing him. Good job by Judith Drake, our technical director, with that picture-in-picture, as you can see what Anderson's looking at over there at first base.
That's right. This is going to be Anderson's 80th pitch coming in right there.
And that pitch upstairs for ball 1. Microphone Mike Allison's our DJ tonight, spinning all the records and keeping everybody engaged. And That's it. That is a low pitch count. That's just over 13 pitches an inning right now he's averaging. That pitch low, missing. 2 balls, no strikes. Now, Mike, is this year 21 for you here? Yeah? You're 22? So you came right when I left then when 9/11 happened, didn't you?
I started at the gift shop game 14 of year 1.
Wow. Because I was here through like game. Oh, this one hit deep right field, going to the warning track. Off the wall. That'll send Paredes to third. And Shaw, I thought he was due, and he proved that he was as he got close to making this a 1-run game. It just missed going out of here as it hit the wall in the air. Boy, he was a couple feet away, Ashley, from home run number 18.
That's right. It ended up being a really long single, but it looked really good.
Put a runner in scoring position as well. So now runners on the corners with 2 outs. And Anderson, that might be it for him, albeit a low pitch count. He doesn't want to go either. Look at him. He's like, I'm fine, and they've already sent for a new pitcher. They said, well, get this guy out for you. Hey, while they change pitchers, folks, we're going to take a quick break with them. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network. So the new pitcher on the mound is Caleb Bowman. He played his college ball at Appalachian State. He leads the league in hair length, which is perfectly fine. He's from Round Hill, Virginia. You don't see a lot of long hair in baseball, but when you do,
It's gorgeous.
you would hope it looks as flowing as that. And that's all right, because I guarantee he would strike me out on any given day. But let's hope he doesn't strike out Moises Sierra. 2 on, 2 outs here. Genomes fighting their way back into this game. And the first pitch from Caleb Bowman in there, strike 1. And doesn't matter what your hair looks like if you could throw 91 down the middle, does it?
Not at all. Right now, he's got 2 games with Gastonia right now. He's got a 0 ERA. He's pitched 2.2 innings, 4 strikeouts.
That pitch is outside, 1-1 to the newly happy-go-lucky Moises Sierra. But I can say this. I'm glad Moises has got a smile on his face. There's a low helicopter flying overhead there. Well, who is that flying overhead there close by? Can you all see on your little app? And that one, broken bat, little chopper. Are they going to be able to get him in time, though? They do. The runner comes across, but not in time. Out number 3, and they were close to getting another run on the board. As you watch the replay, a broken bat on that pitch. But Caleb came off the mound and fired to first and got him in time. That'll end 6 innings of play, 6 in the books. You can close the book officially now on Anderson. He gave up 1 run on 4 hits through 5 2/3. We'll be back with more Genomes baseball right after this. Welcome back to Lexington, Kentucky, everybody. I'm Steve Tressler, Ashley Grigsby here with you. And 7th inning, 4-1 score for the Honey Hunters. The Genomes have taken 2 out of the last 3 games from the Honey Hunters, and Gastonia looking to even it up here, Ashley, and they're in good shape as we begin the 4th. This pitch here popped up into the air. It was a 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Herrera, fouled up and into the stands by Jalen Smith, the designated hitter.
That's right. And Herrera's coming back in for another inning. He has 11 pitches, 8 strikes, 1 strikeout.
That one hit up into the sky, and it'll sail into the sands. And now Herrera heading the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Folks, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight and watching the game. We really do appreciate it, and supporting the Atlantic League Baseball, the Genomes, and the Honey Hunters. And it doesn't matter if you're a Honey Hunter watching our broadcast or if you're a Genome fan, we appreciate you joining us, and you are always welcome. Swing and a miss there, and strike 3, and Herrera gets another strikeout. So 1 out here, top of the 7th, and that'll bring the top of the order up, Ashley, as Reese Hampton will make his 4th trip to the plate tonight, and he's having a great game. He's 3 for 3.
That's right. He doubled, he singled, and he singled twice, actually.
Yeah, doubled to right and hit a couple to left field to Shaw. So he's gotten on base all 3 times, and he's stepping in here. Hampton, just a stellar season for the Honey Hunters. First pitch there, change up, fooled him. He got down across plate 80 miles an hour for strike 1. But Hampton, you know, the best compliment you can give a baseball player is just say he's a ball player. And this guy is a ball player. I mean, he hits for average. He steals bases. He hits home runs.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a utility for the Honey Hunters the entire season.
Fouls that one out of play. I mean, if I look, and it's not just for the Honey Hunters. I'm looking over the Atlantic League stats here, and his name pops up everywhere. I mean, stolen bases, top of the league right there. Look at the on base percentage. Look at slugging. Look at he's everywhere. Here's the 0-2, and this one hit high into the sky, and it should be playable in right field as Paredes settles under it, and he'll make the catch, and that is out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down so far for Herrera, and now Jack Reinheimer comes back to the plate, who is 1 for 3 tonight. And you had an update on a score in the Atlantic League.
Yeah, that's right. I looked over to the Lexington for their stats, and their Lexington leads the Dirty Birds right now 2-1.
And that game in Charleston, so a home game for the Dirty Birds.
Top of the 7th.
And that one, you said what? Top of the 7th?
Top of the 7th there.
Right, so that one moving about the same pace as this game, as that one's fouled out of play for strike 1. Now, you would never know it by listening, folks, but Ashley, what is this, your second or third game?
Oh. We're going to go with third.
Killing it.
Third game.
She's killing it, folks. This is only the third time she's been on the broadcast calling a baseball game and absolutely killing it as the analyst. That pitch there, fastball in there for strike number 2, 0-2, and that was a 93-mile-an-hour pitch. Herrera firing gas here tonight. Not the same as when I fire gas.
And I'm so glad we're sitting so closely that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, more on that later, folks. 0-2, 2 outs here, top of the 7th. Dave, you know what I'm saying down there. Hugh Davis is ignoring me. That's okay, too. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Herrera from the stretch. Kicks, fires, and that one's just a little high. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 94 miles an hour. And the more he throws, the harder it gets. And Reinheimer, one of those guys that's all over the stat sheets, too. I mean, he's top 10 in the league in doubles. I mean, 32 doubles on the season. That's good for third place in the Atlantic League. Stolen bases, he's number 2 in the league. That ball high and inside, and now 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's only been caught stealing 9 times on 50 stolen bases now, because he did have one, I believe, tonight as well. 77 runs scored this year for him as well. And he hits this 2-2 pitch to right field. Paredes doesn't have to move too much, settles and catches. And that'll end the inning. It's time for the 7th inning stretch, folks. Do it at home with us if you want to. And we'll be back with the bottom of the 7th coming up right after this. It's 4-1 Honey Hunters. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network. Welcome back to Lexington, Kentucky here, folks. This is Wild Health Field, home of the Lexington Legends and home of the Wild Health Genomes, and that's who we are with tonight as they trail 4-1 on the Gastonia Honey Hunters. First pitch tonight was 6:37. It was 75 degrees, and now 2 hours later at 8:40, it is 71 degrees, so it has cooled off considerably. And the first pitch here to Yuri Perez in there for strike one. Caleb Bowman on the mound.
Yeah, Caleb Bowman still has a 0 ERA on the season with his 3 pitches, 2 strikes.
This one fouled out of play. And a line drive into the stands and a souvenir. Honey Hunters lead here 4-1 in Lexington, bottom of the 7th inning. Yuri Perez at the plate, the center fielder. And that one chopped foul. 2 strikes on Perez now. Actually told you Legends leading the Dirty Birds. College football got out to a great start. Notre Dame looked better than expected against Ohio State. I think that's fair to say. This one hit to deep center field, and it's going to be in right field more or less, right center, and caught out there for out number 1. As Zach Jarrett makes the grab. And now the catcher coming up, Chase Velo, who hit a double to center his last time up. So 1 down. Chase steps in, first time against Caleb Bowman. That pitch in there for strike 1, 91 miles an hour. That one fouled out of play, or fouled down the line, I should say. In play, but not really. No balls, 2 strikes. Clemson won a big game, day before yesterday, 41-10 over Georgia, or last night, actually. That was last night. Georgia Tech, 41-10. Notre Dame lost 21-10 to Ohio State. But a great start for the new coach at Notre Dame, as he's actually the first African-American coach in Notre Dame history. Swing and a miss there by Velo, and that is out number 2, folks. So Bowman starting to feel it on the mound here a little bit. And he'll have a tough out in Gavin Johns. Alabama, of course, doing what Alabama does. They won 55-0 on Utah State. Georgia, 49-3 over Oregon. Oregon came into the season as preseason number 7 and just got absolutely blitzed. In some polls, they were number 11. Most of the ones I saw, they were 7. And they just got smashed. And, of course, here in Lexington, Kentucky, 37-13, winner over Miami of Ohio. Johns hits that first pitch. Foul, 92 miles an hour. Kind of fought that pitch off, Ashley.
Yeah, he did.
In on the hands. 0-1.
John's looking to make something happen tonight. It's the .299 on the season, 1 home run and 25 RBIs.
Here's the 0-1. And this one
That's going to drop.
Drops in there for a base hit in center field. And we said he's going to be a tough out when he walked up. Gavin Johns is a very steady guy. I mean, he has been a steady hitter all season. So he was able to fight the first pitch off, and then the 0-1 drops in there for a base hit, Ashley.
That's right. It's his first hit of the night.
And now the top of the order for the Genomes. So they're in good position here. 2 outs, 1 on, and arguably the best hitter on the team at the plate, Luke Becker.
That's right. His last at-bat, he tripled to right field. So I'm sure he's ready to make something happen, maybe a home run on this play.
Of course, now we do have some fans from Gastonia watching the game tonight, so we should tell you that North Carolina had a scare, but they win their opener, and NC State beat East Carolina in their opener. First pitch here to Becker outside, ball 1. One on, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning, folks. Now these two teams got I think they got a little scrum, didn't they, on Saturday? Pitch over here to first, and that sends Johns back to first base. These two benches cleared between these two teams on Saturday in Gastonia, but cooler heads prevailed. 1 ball, no strikes. And that pitch there in there for a strike. 1-1, Ashley. So Becker with his work cut out for him now. 90 miles an hour on that last pitch. And that one missing. 2 balls, 1 strike. To Luke Becker, the former University of Kentucky star who was all everything when he was here as a college player.
Yeah, I'm not ready to count him out yet.
That one chopped foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Honey Hunters lead by 3. So Becker, the switch hitter, on the left side now, facing the right-handed Bowman. First time tonight, Ashley, he's been on the left side.
I believe that will be the same case on Saturday as Gardner-Webb football will be on the air. Will be a streaming only on Saturday.
And that pitch inside, not there, and the steal, and he's there as he got underneath that tag. So, but the strikeout on Becker was out number 3, so the steal doesn't count, even though they made the throw and tried to get the tag. As you watch his hand here, Ashley. He looks like he gets under that tag, and in there he would have been safe, but it doesn't count. That ends the 7th inning, folks. The strikeout to Becker. We are headed to the 8th. 4-1, Honey Hunters. We'll be back with more Genomes baseball right after this. Welcome back to Lexington, Kentucky's Wild Hill Field, everybody. I'm Steve Tressler, alongside of my friend and colleague Ashley Grigsby. And we are ready for eighth inning action as the Honey Hunters lead here 4-1. New pitcher on the bump there is Josh Martin.
That's right, Josh Martin for the Genomes. He's pitching 3.10 for the season. He's got 16 games under his belt.
And this is a little dribbler to the pitcher. And the throw to first, it was there in time, but not able to grab it down there with Sierra as it gets by him. So I'm not sure if that's going to be an error on the pitcher on the throw or it's going to be on the first baseman here. But either way, Rosa makes it to base safely for the first time tonight. So with Rosa on first base, Zach Jarrett comes back to the plate. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He was walked last time up intentionally and had a single before that.
That's right. And just to finish up his stats, he's got 27 strikeouts and 12 batters walked.
And how many innings?
In 20.1 innings.
Okay. So that's actually a fantastic number. 27 strikeouts in 20 innings. That's more than one per inning. So hopefully he can live up to those numbers here as he's ahead 0-1 to Jarrett. He's got a beautiful beard game going on. Look at that beard.
Oh, it looks great.
It really does, doesn't it? It's trimmed nicely. He's got a fresh haircut, it looks like, today, too. He's got to feel good. This ball hit deep right field, going back to the warning track as Paredes, he makes the grab, and that is out number 1 as Rosa will have to stay where he's at first base.
That feels good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's like when I take my weekly shower, I think to myself, you know what? This feels good. I should do this like twice a week, you know?
I'm glad that you took your weekly shower. It seems like last night.
No. I haven't taken it this week yet. It's always on Thursdays. This week I'm doing it on Wednesday to be ahead of schedule.
Oh, Steve.
Does my hand smell infected?
Oh, gosh.
Never mind. All right, 1 out. Dave's having fun over there watching Ashley squirm. And here's Luis Roman. Back-to-back Luises on the Honey Hunters roster. This is Luis Roman. On the on-deck circles, Luis Castro. First pitch there, strike 1, Ashley. 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Martin. Roman tonight's 0 for 3. 266 on the season. Here's the 0-1 outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That fastball missing. And more people have settled into their seats here. Looks like those hot dogs aren't going to go to waste after all. And now Martin steps off the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Roman will step out of the box. Now Roman back in the box and Martin back on the rubber. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on, 1 run for the Genomes. Top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And he throws his bat. Looks like he threw it at Rosario for some reason. He said something and threw it at Rosario, like, I don't like you. But maybe he just lost it, too. That's probably what happened. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. This is Genomes Baseball live on YouTube, on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. And thank you, everybody, for joining us for the broadcast. We appreciate you tuning in no matter how you are tuning into the game tonight. We thank you for that. And now we're ready to go. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Roman. And throw over to first. They say no, he's safe. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out 1 on, top of the 8th. Long draw now, throws back to first. Another pickoff attempt. And once again, Rosa back in time. There's a fan there holding his baby at the game tonight. I always love it when a dad and mom bring their kid to the game, or just a mom. And that guy there, I believe, is sitting with the 2 ladies behind the Genomes dugout enjoying the game. Here's the 1-2, swing and miss, strike 3, and throw down to second. Did they get him for the double play? They did.
They got him.
So a double play, a strikeout, and then a throw to second. As you watch the replay here, they got the tag on him. Oh, yep, his foot came off there, it looked like at the end. He was there, it looked like in time for the steal, but his foot came off the bag and he got tagged. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th, folks. Genomes still with some work to do as they trail 4-1. We'll be back with more Genomes baseball right after this. Olmo Rosario will kick things off here, bottom of the 8th. Genomes down to their last 6 outs. Does that guy look 42? No, he doesn't. You lucky sucker. Looks that good at 42.
Living right.
Yeah, that's good living. Staying healthy, staying active. Sam Bordner on the mound, the former University of Louisville pitcher. He was a 2018 draft pick for the Miami Marlins, the big right-hander from Columbus, Ohio.
That's right. He's got a 2.62 ERA over.
Grounder to second, picked up and fired to first, and that's out number 1. Go ahead, Ashley. 2.62 ERA.
Yep, over 50 games, 58.1 innings pitched, 58 strikeouts, 14 batters walked.
That is strong for 50 innings. So he's doing it. How many strikeouts walks there?
He's got 58 strikeouts and
50
14 batters.
58 innings?
58.1.
Man, almost exactly.
Yeah.
And 14 walks. Well, he's killing it. That's a 4-to-1 ratio for strikeouts to walks. So that is stellar, to say the least. So 1 up, 1 down as a ground out there.
It's easy to see how Gastonia continues to, win games. I mean, they've got so many arms.
And some good closers, too, there. Strike 1 to Paredes, first pitch, 92 miles an hour from the big man. So Rosario grounded out to Rosa to Castro for out number 1. Caleb Bowman, you can close the book on him as Bordner has taken his place. Pitching wins ball games. It's like defense, right? Defense wins championships. Pitching wins championships at this level and above. Strike 2. You take good hitters, that's fine, but good pitchers always beat good hitters, especially in a 7-game series. Look at the pitching from, go back to 1990 even. Cincinnati Reds had great pitchers. The A's had incredible hitters that year. Canseco, McGuire, all these big home run hitters, but they didn't match up with the pitchers.
I'm smiling now because, obviously knowing Atlantic League history, last season when the Legends won the championship, everyone thought, they couldn't do it because, their pitching, which was, good, but the hitting was stellar.
Well, they outscored everybody, yeah.
Absolutely.
And swing and a miss there, and Paredes goes down on strikes, and that's out number 2. Now, if you have incredible pitching, that's going to put you in better position. But if you don't have run support, it doesn't matter how great your pitchers are. You've got to have some kind of hitting. I mean, that's just, facts are facts. You can't win if you don't score, and that's the bottom line. But if you can limit the scoring and somehow piece together some runs yourself, you're always going to be in good shape. That's the whole game, right?
That's the game.
And Shaw here, 0 for 3 tonight. Now, that ball was outside. Did you see him back up? Mm-hmm. He sold it, though. That's good. That's MLB avoiding a strike call right there.
That's right. It's a veteran.
If he throws a fastball here, you can kiss it goodbye. And that one, fastball, 1-1.
I would dare him to throw it again.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking. I said I hope he throws that again.
I would dare him to throw it again.
Because every pitcher wants to prove themselves to Chris Davis. Now, here's the 1-1. Let's see if he tries. Nope. 2 balls, 1 strike. Davis tonight 0 for 3, but he's had some deep hits. All 3 of his hits tonight go to the warning track, 1 to left and then 2 to center. Jake Skoll wide awake out there in center because he knows he's gotten some action here from Davis. And Davis hits this one foul. And the count's even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. I want to thank you for joining us, everybody, on the broadcast. We're happy to bring you Atlantic League Baseball in tonight's matchup. A good one. 2 games won by the Genomes out of the last 3 between them and the Honey Hunters. And this is game 4 in a 6-game set between these 2 teams. And the Genomes fighting for their playoff lives. The Honey Hunters already in the playoffs. That one fouled back by Davis as well, 2-2.
I'm looking at this wind. I've been watching the wind all night, all the flags, to see if we were going to, get some wind assists for the Genomes on some of these 5 balls.
They're all blowing in.
They're kind of blowing in.
Yep. But you never know. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And this one ripped into left by Davis, and that's his first hit of the night. And that's good to see him get a hit because in September, I believe that was his 2nd hit. So hopefully he's straightened things out and he'll go on a hitting tear because the Genomes, actually, they're going to need him for the playoff run here, and especially if they get in the playoffs.
That's right.
So runner on first, and Chris Shaw, the former San Francisco Giant, comes to the plate, and he's going to try to bring in his counterpart from across the bay in Oakland. These 2 guys played in the same mud and spilled the same blood, so to speak, in the same area. 4-1 score, 1 on, 2 outs. And the first pitch to Chris Shaw misses inside, ball 1. Shaw crowds that plate so well, and it makes it hard for pitchers to get a strike call. But that's what he's good at. He can get walked, as he leads the team by far in getting walked. And that pitch is in there for strike 1. Crush Davis at first. Shaw at the plate, 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. And that one ripped. Foul. And boy, we all wanted that to be fair. That sounded good coming off of Chris Shaw's bat. But it trails off and goes foul. So after tonight, the Genomes literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games left this season. They are 2.5 back in the wild card race. They have 11 games left after tonight. But they do have a 3-game set with the team that is leading them, and they are 2.5 games behind the Rockers, and they will face each other on the 9th, 10th, and 11th over the weekend, this weekend, and I'll be here for 2 of those games. Actually, I think I'm bringing all 3 of those games to you this weekend, and hopefully Ashley will join me on some of those broadcasts if she's able, and we will bring you Genomes baseball as they move their way closer to the playoffs, Ashley.
That's right. And it'll be my pleasure to join you, you know, if I'm not doing the stats this week.
So you fouled that one off again. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Chris Shaw.
Bortner has 12 strikes on 16 pitches tonight.
That pitch misses the outside corner. Looked close, but misses 2-2. That was pitch number 5 of this at bat. 1 on, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Genomes, it looks like they're going to need their last at bat to see if they can somehow steal a win from the Honey Hunters, who have led since the first inning when they scored 2 runs. And here's the 2-2. And Shaw hits that one high into the sky. It's not going to have the distance. Left field coming up and making the catch for out number 3 is Hampton. And that ends the inning. We're headed to the 9th. It is still 4-1 Honey Hunters. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network. Be right back, everybody. Luis Castro leads it off here, top of the ninth. 6, 7, 8 is the order for the hitters on the Honey Hunter side of things. Number 6, 7, and 8 batters coming up. Here's Luis Castro. And Josh Martin still on the bump for the Genomes. Strike one to Castro. Castro 0 for 3 tonight, 279 average, 10 home runs. Martin kicks and fires. That pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The outfield, you got Chris Shaw, Yuri Perez, Jimmy Paredes. Infield is Luke Becker, Gavin Johns at short, Rosario at second, Sierra at first. The low catching. That pitch there fouled off. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Luis Castro, who is 0 for 3 tonight. He actually struck out his first time up. Then he hit a grounder right back to the pitcher. His third time up, he hit the ball hard. It was a line drive, but it went straight to the shortstop and was caught by Gavin Johns. I want to thank all of you for watching tonight, especially the people in North Carolina watching the broadcast. That one ripped into left field. That's a base hit, and it might be extra bases as he gets around first pretty quickly. Shaw throws it into second, but Castro there with a sliding double to lead off things here in the top of the ninth for the Honey Hunters. So Gastonia leads 4-1, and the leadoff batter is on with a sliding double there on a 1-2 pitch. That was good help by Moises Sierra, the first baseman. Got all of his batting equipment and took it over there to the Gastonia coach. That was nice of him. That's what it's all about, good sportsmanship. Pass it on. Here's Jake Skoll, the center fielder. He wears number 4, Dave Kaplan, but to the Honey Hunters, he's number 1 in their heart. First pitch outside, fastball. Got the corner, though, strike one. Skoll can't believe it. Shook his head, said no way. 1 on, nobody out. Ninth inning here. It's been all Gastonia the whole way. They scored 2 runs in the top of the first. They scored 2 more in the 6th. Genomes able to score a run in the bottom of the 7th. And that's where we are with the 4-1. 2 for Gastonia in the 1st and the 6th. Genomes only able to put 1 on in the 7th. And it's been a 4-1 lead ever since. I want to say hello to all the people here that are working the game tonight for the Kentucky Wild Health Genomes, all our staff and employees. Thank you so much for everything you do, whether you're in the stash shop tonight or if you're in the parking lot or you're working anywhere within the stadium. Just know that your efforts are appreciated from the top down. Everybody appreciates your hard work tonight. We appreciate having you come here and helping us out. And that's going to be out number 1 there, but the runner does move on to third. So they tried to get Castro, but Skoll inevitably is out for out number 1. Skoll did move to third, though, on the play. So 1 on, 1 out. Runner at third base. Infield's playing in on the possible bunt. And once again, they get burned by that, Ashley, because he rips it into center field, and it's a 5-1 score. And that was the second time tonight that they have come in thinking there was going to be a bunt, and the batter took the first pitch and ripped it right past the infield that had scooted in there. So the Honey Hunters tack on an insurance run here in the 9th inning. Castro scores, Luis Castro. And now the designated hitter coming to the plate, Jalen Smith. And the first pitch to him from Martin is a slider, ball 1. Tonight, Smith is struck out, walked, and popped out to the shortstop. Runner at first, 1 out, and a 5-1 Gastonia lead here in the top of the 9th inning. That one hit up the middle. Johns grabs it, and little flip to second. Nice catch by Rosario, and a great play by Johns to get out number 2, and got the force out at second. Rosario looks over at Johns and says, hey, man, good job. Watch the replay there. Johns' little flip, and they got him. And there's 2 down here in the top of the 9th. And Jalen Smith will reach on that fielder's choice, but they do get Holderbach before he gets to second. And now once again the top of the order coming up as Reese Hampton now his 5th trip to the plate, and he'll face Josh Martin with 2 outs, 1 on, top of the 9th. And this first pitch is hit straight away to left. Chris Shaw running and makes the grab, and that ends the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 9th, folks. The Genomes have a 4-run deficit. Are they going to come back and steal this win? Or do the Honey Hunters get the win here first in Lexington? We'll find out right after this. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network. Bottom of the 9th inning, Moises Sierra leads things off for the Genomes. And there's the first pitch to him from Jesus. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, no, I was going to see if you wanted to talk about. There
we go.
Now you're ready to go. Jesus Balaguer on the mound for the Honey Hunters.
That's right. He's a 3.33 ERA on the season. He's got 52 games, 66 strikeouts, 25 batters walked, and 51.1 innings pitched.
All right, 51.1 innings pitched. And so how many strikeouts? 66? That's impressive. So Balaguer's first pitch, second pitch, 1-1 now. And the third pitch missing, 2 balls, 1 strike, 94-mile-an-hour fastball that time, just missing the outside corner. And like Ashley said, he has been impressive to say the least. Through 51 innings this year, 3.3 ERA. Sierra, 2 balls, 1 strike. And hits this one hard to right field. Is it going to stay fair? That's going to be the question. And it's hard. It's a hard enough shot to go over the wall down there and right, but foul. If he straightens it out, it's going to be a 3-run game. Moises has 6 home runs, 30 RBIs this year. Just came off of that injured list, so we would love to see him send one out of here. Moises had a great career in the major leagues as an outfielder, and he's been a welcome addition for the Genomes. Here's the 2-2. And that one hit to center field. Is it going to drop in? No. Second baseman comes over and makes the grab for out number 1. Rosa makes the catch. And the former Washington National will have a seat, and that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 9th. Genomes down to their last 2 outs. Yuri Perez coming up to the plate. The center fielder. And one of the fans screams out, try and hit a home run. Well, Perez is not known for his home run hitting, but he can hit the ball pretty much anywhere within the building and get around the bases fast enough for a home run. He is a former Major League Baseball player, played for the Nationals, played for the Yankees. He was also an Atlanta Brave, so he's been around the block. And he rips that one into left field. And he almost obliged the fan who said try and hit a home run. And like I said, he can get around the bases, and just like that, Yuri Perez goes from the home plate to the second base. And he's on with a double here, 1 out. And now the Genomes are in business with a runner aboard, Ashley.
That's right. And he pulled that shot over to left field. It looked really nice for the stand-up double.
So now runner at second, and Chase Below comes to the plate, the catcher.
It's got to feel good to have a runner in scoring position right now.
And Alvalo gets in there. Big lead for Perez, but they don't care about him. They're worried about the outs right now. That's all they care about. And Velo hits this one sky high, and it's going to be playable in the infield, but is it going to be caught? It is, and that's out number 2. So 2 outs, and now the Genomes down to their final out here, and it all falls on the shoulders of Gavin Johns. And he's a tough out, Ashley.
That's right. We said that last time, and he reached base, so, I wouldn't count him out at all.
Yeah, batting over 300. The shortstop coming back to the plate.
Yeah, he's 1 for 3 tonight, but he's got a OPS of 770.
And he rips this first pitch foul. The son of Craig and Elizabeth is going to try to keep things going here in the bottom of the 9th, but 2 outs. John's from Wildomar, California. Played college ball in Tennessee at Tennessee Tech. Born on the same day as Michael Jordan.
Hey,
31 years later, that's all.
He looks cool, calm, and collected right now.
25-year-old. Also played at UCLA for a bit. Runner at second, 2 outs. Johns readies, and here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss there as he blew that pitch by him at 96 miles an hour. So 0-2 now to Gavin Johns. No matter what happens here tonight, they'll come back tomorrow These two teams will face off again tomorrow at 12:05, first pitch. Tom Gross will be on the call. And then again on Thursday night at 6:35. The 0-2 is fouled off by Johns. He stays alive. Yuri Perez almost halfway to third there. And the two bat boys are fighting it out to see who can get there first. And 0-2. Beautiful night here, 70 degrees, slight breeze. Perfect weather for baseball, football, whatever you want to play because it's cool outside. But we haven't had that first frost yet, and the bugs have not gone away, actually. That's the only problem. And the 0-2, and he rips it into right field, and it drops in for a base hit. And Perez will get around the bases easily to score, and it's 5-2. So Johns comes through once again, Ashley.
He did it again. I was just looking. I was like, oh, that was a 97 mile per hour pitch that he laced.
Yep. He fought off a 97-mile-an-hour fastball to get on base. And Gavin Johns once again comes through. The Genomes were down to their last strike when Johns ripped that one into right. And now the top of the order for the Genomes, not what you want to have if you're the Honey Hunters managers. 1, 2, 3 are up to deck now. Swing and a miss here on the first pitch to Becker. Strike one, 95 miles an hour. But if you're the Honey Hunters manager, you don't want to have to face 1, 2, 3 to end a game. Here's the 0-1, long look in this time. And that one low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Becker on the left side of the plate once again.
Castro staying behind Johns, and then as Balaguer comes set, peels off. Eventually, you would think that Johns will make a run for second, if for no other reason than to eliminate the four.
Johns at first. 2 outs, 1-1 to Becker. And that one high, 2 balls and 1 strike. So Becker forcing Jesus Balaguer to throw strikes. And now Balaguer is going to have to, because the tying run, the potential tying run, is in the on-deck circle. Long look in, and now he kicks and fires. And right back to the pitcher, and he runs halfway to first, throws it, and that will end the inning. Final score here, 5-2, folks, as the Genomes drop the first of this 3-game series here in Lexington. Final numbers tonight, Gastonia Honey Hunters 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Genomes 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Anything you want to wrap up and say here, Ashley, before we sign off?
Yeah, like I said earlier, we were talking about how it was going to be a pitcher's duel, and it absolutely was. Anderson got the better of it tonight, but that's not to discount anything that happened with the Genomes. Kellogg pitched really well, and, they just got the better of them, but we got 2 more.
Yeah, story of the game, definitely that outing by the starter, John Anderson, for the Honey Hunters. He gave up 1 run on 5 hits through 5 2/3 innings before they pulled him out of there, and he'll get the W tonight. But I want to say for our public address announcer, Will Painter, who is also the crowd entertainer tonight. For microphone, Mike Allison, our DJ. Logan Weiler was on the video board. Judith Drake was our technical director. Hugh Davis was the official scorer. Major League Baseball stringer tonight was Dave Kaplan. For Ashley Grigsby, I'm Steve Tressler. That's all for this time. Genomes lose 5-2. We'll be back tomorrow at 12:05. And calling the game will be Tom Gross from right here. First pitch, 12:05. But that's all for this time. Until next time, have a great time, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and go Genomes.